So me and my cousin were talking earlier this morning, and we talking frequently. So I'm gonna preface that, choices that we both made growing up led us to splitting off, right? We were thick as thieves back when we were younger because we was doing hood rat shit. But let me explain what this conversation was about. Okay, so we start reminiscing about all the mistakes that we've made and shit, and, baby moms and, jail time and all this shit. And just, we got on the subject of the choices that were made and why, right? And a lot of it boils down to, number one, being fucking emotional. But number two, not knowing who you are as a man, right? And this is something that a lot of men got to understand, and we're going to break that shit down. A lot of the bad decisions that we make aren't necessarily because we're bad people. It's because we don't know who we are and we're trying to be something that we're fucking not, okay? So my good friend Odie, this man, you guys should definitely check him the fuck out, right? I'm gonna tag him, and you should definitely check him the fuck out. But, he's a therapist, and he primarily focuses on black men at that, but he can help pretty much anybody. But it's really about becoming emotionally intelligent. And so me and him had a conversation when I was in the midst of going through all the shit with my old lady, business was crumbling, all this shit, everything was happening all at one fucking time. And I'm just like, fuck this nonsense, bro. I can't deal with this shit. Fuck all this. I'm just gonna do what the fuck I want. And he's like, look, the reason you're having so many fucking problems is because you don't know who Rico truly is without all of this shit. You're making bad decisions. Now, granted, I'm doing a lot of things right, but I was still doing certain things wrong. He's like, a lot of those decisions are coming from you not knowing who you are and being around people who also don't know who the fuck they are and what they stand for. He's like, you have your basic things that you stand for, but you're also not sure of what other things you should be standing for because you don't know who you are in this certain scenario because you're surrounded by people who do not know who they are. And I'm like, I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about. But he was right. And same thing happened with my cousin. He was around a lot of people that didn't know who the fuck they were. And because they didn't know who they were and he didn't know who he was influenced to do some crazy shit, right? And that changed the trajectory of his life for fucking ever. And more than likely, he'll never be able to recover from that. All right, I'm just gonna put that out there. He knows it, I know it, and that's just what the fuck it is. And a lot of young men, you're on that trajectory. I used to think what made me in totality was being able to take care of my tribe. The money, the houses, the car, all that shit. That makes me me. I've worked hard for that. In all actuality, that's not it. Me wanting to take care of my tribe and me being resourceful enough to take care of my tribe, that's who I am. That's who I wanted to always be. I'm boring as shit. Y'all think I be out partying and shit, throwing money around? I don't do shit, right? I be home working because I like fucking working. I be home doing dad shit. You see me in Colombia now because I be going to Colombia a lot, so I don't crash the fuck out here, all right? I'm just gonna keep it real with you. That's just what the fuck it is. But I was trying to do all these things and do a lot of shit for people that, number one, didn't appreciate it. Number two, didn't know who the fuck they were and was doing all types of fuck shit. And I'm falling into that trap because I wasn't comfortable enough being just who the fuck I am, because I'm wanting to do shit for everybody and treat them to the highest of levels. And me not understanding that I have to be okay with who I am, right? I can't be outside all the fucking time. This is not who the fuck I am. I shouldn't be doing a lot of this fuck shit because that's just not who I am, right? But because I wasn't sure of who I was and the people around me wasn't sure of who they were, you end up in situations that you don't need to be in. And I say that because that's how a lot of guys spiral and they fucking plummet to the bottom of the fucking hill. That's how you end up in jail or worse, fucking killed, right? And I have a lot of friends that's been in jail. I have friends that's done, a whole lot of friends that's done died, and it's usually not from fucking ODing, it's from them getting pew, 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 because we was doing some dumb fuck shit because we didn't know who the fuck we were. We were boys pretending to be fucking men. And just because you're a fucking grown up, right? Just because you got some fucking hair on your nuts doesn't make you a fucking man, right? And that's what a lot of people tend to forget. You hear guys say well, that's why I can't be satisfied with one woman. I gotta have multiples because no one woman can do all this shit. And in a lot of cases, I ain't gonna lie, some of y'all women, y'all ain't worth the fucking shit on the toilet paper. But for a dude to come out and say that shit or actively try to figure out how to manipulate a woman in order to benefit him and solely him, he doesn't know who the fuck he is. Because any man who knows who the fuck he is knows that your job as a man is to protect, provide, and not just financially. And that was my problem. I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna pay some fucking bills and throw some money at the fucking problem and it solves everything. At that point, I wasn't emotionally intelligent enough to understand what I was lacking. And that's something that Odie was trying to teach me for years. Emotional intelligence is key in learning who the fuck you are and understanding yourself and understanding what it is to be a man and what you're supposed to go through. If you're emotionally intelligent, you're not gonna fucking cry about all the shit that women do wrong, because you're gonna be happy to do the things that women like and that they enjoy when you get right? Your friends, your family, everyone that you care most about, they're gonna enjoy the fact that you are competent, that you are capable, that you're emotionally intelligent, that you're not out here fucking shit up all the time, right? And, you know, as much fun as it can be to do some fuck shit, it's not necessarily where you want to be and what you want to do. And you're going to end up like my fucking cousin, going to end up like I was when I was younger. You're going to die alone, okay? And that's when we're going to touch on that last point. Most men are not emotionally intelligent enough to understand they are setting themselves up to die the fuck alone, right? Because of the terrible fucking decisions that they make and the terrible people that they surround themselves with. And yes, I will be the one to fucking admit it. A lot of guys are just fucking terrible individuals, right? They are actively going out there trying to hurt people, trying to do shit. There's guys out there that are just like, they should just be removed from the fucking gene pool, right? And if you're one of those guys, you know guys like that, you need to step the fuck away from them, because it leads to nowhere good, and fast at that. All right, so please become emotionally intelligent. Understand who the fuck you are, what you stand for, what you value, and utilize that to just be better overall so you don't end up in fucked up situations and hurting people and all that.